Welcome back, everybody, to the Backstage Boys podcast, episode number 97. This is Trent, my co-host today, and it's not Basil. It's say your name.
No, this is where you say my name and I
No,
say hello.
Basil says his name, and you're
but
supposed
I'm
to say
not Basil.
Okay, and it's referee Nate Speckman. Nate, so like,
Hi, everybody.
I'm so happy to see you right now.
Me too.
For anybody wondering, Basil's totally MIA today.
I'm also wondering.
We're all wondering what happened to him. But I do have him on the shirt. The shirt you can get at prowrestlingtees.com. There's Basil right there. There he is.
Damn it.
But this shirt is dope. Made by One of the Dead. I have one. It looks awesome.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it is the other. It's opposite of what you think it is.
So confusing.
Get your official Backstage Boys podcast t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/Backstage Boys. But what's going on, guys? It's episode 97. The march to 100, Nate, is almost upon us. Or the 100's almost upon us. The march
is going on.
The march continues. But what's happening, man?
Nothing. I just got a notification that BSB is going live on YouTube, and I guess we're going to talk about Destination Chicago and
All Out Week, Limitless's Vacationland Cup, all sorts.
I can talk about that.
We're gonna show them your shirt, man. Show them your shirt. Give them the old hey. Okay, wait a minute. Now before we just started, I asked you. I'm like, what does Vacationland mean? And you told me that's what they call Maine.
It's the tagline for the state of Maine.
I had no idea this was the tagline.
Yeah.
I've never vacationed there.
Well, you should change that.
Can I come vacation at your house?
Absolutely.
I can't wait. I feel like the more settled in you get there, the more I have a spot to go to in Maine.
Yeah,
but the less I have a reason, but the less chances of you ever coming back to me and having Sunday afternoon brunches with me are gone.
Well, visits can and maybe in October will happen.
Yes. So is this for sure? Are you coming in October for the Gilment Cup?
For the Gilment. So I will say, just depending on things that happen,
yes,
my schedule is cleared and flights have been purchased.
Oh, okay.
So given the state of the world, I can't say for sure, but fingers crossed.
Nice.
I will be there for the JLMT, and hell hath no fury.
Man, so how about that weekend, huh? A 3-show weekend.
Super excited.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. And it's Berwyn, huh? Right. You've worked Berwyn though.
I have not.
Wait a minute, you've never worked Berwyn?
No, and so when I remember, like when I got vaccinated, I was like, I could come out to Chicago now, and then I remember AAW announced Chris Statlander coming back, and I was like, this is just as good a reason as any to look into flights, and they were way too expensive.
Yeah.
But I remember being super excited about the potential of going back to Logan Square, and then I was like, well, I mean, this I think it was United We Stand I was looking at, and I was like, but Bourbon Street works too. Like, that's the first place that I ever worked. And I was like, that would mean a lot. And then I had to look further on in the schedule for cheaper flights and everything. And then I was like, oh, the JLMT, this is perfect. Get more out of it. And then it was like, oh, it's in Berwyn. And I was like, no, well, it's not Logan and it's not Bourbon Street. But at the same time, it's like, oh, you know what? It was a main AAW venue.
Yeah.
That I never got to work.
Yeah.
And that got me super jazzed. So.
And it's historic for, I mean, as run down and what it is, but it still has this like amazing history for wrestling. Like it's known, as they call it, the world famous Berwyn Eagles Club.
Yeah. Now I should say I was on the crew and running gear for some shows there.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that.
I've never refereed in that building.
Well, there you go, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Nate, it made me miss you more. So there were some fill-in refs that popped in. Not the normal. I don't want anybody, because I know that our refs listen, like not Perch, not referee Derek, not Pemberton, not the fixtures. Okay.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of fill-in guys who came, particularly one who showed up. I don't know who the hell he was. Extremely rude. Not a great ref. I didn't like him at all.
Oh, wow.
Didn't do the whole hello, my name is to anybody. Just walked in like he's been reffing, like he was Nate Speckman. Walked in there like he owned the place.
I don't do that.
I know. I mean, like you walked in like you knew like he was supposed to know, like everybody was supposed to know who he was.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who he was. I guess he was a friend of somebody's, and he filled up. Made me miss you tremendously.
Aw.
Zero respect from this guy. I was like, who is this? Who is this? What kind of etiquette is this? Terrible. Yeah, unbelievable. But anyway, I got some stories for you from the last show, but it was fun. But I'm so excited that you get to check off Berwyn now on your book, the book that got us held up at Canadian security, border security. That book,
Well, that book got put to rest in 2020, but I did buy a new one.
Did you? Okay.
There's significantly less codes in this one, so.
Do they think we were like international terrorists or something?
I
There was like all those abbreviations and codes.
Did I tell that story on this pod?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah. It's back there somewhere.
I love it. That's in the archives. That's a good one. The Canadian border story. I feel like everybody's got a good story there. But yeah, guys, we're gonna talk about it's all out week in Chicago, so it's like bananas in here. But in the middle of all that, actually kicking off the weekend is AAW. We're doing Destination Chicago, the first show back at Logan since the lockdown, which is going to be amazing. Fully secure. I mean, obviously, there's a mask mandate, so if you are coming, bring your mask because it is masks indoors. So please bring your mask. But we're kicking off the weekend because it's like Thursday's AAW. You don't know who's going to show up because everybody's in town. I mean, shit, Earl Hebner showed up one time. Remember that?
He
did.
He kicked Trevor Lee.
He did. It was awesome. We got that, and then AEW's doing their whole weekend festivities and everything, so it's going to be a blast. And we just announced the main. Did you see the main event?
I did. I'm very excited about that one.
I am super jazzed when that got told to me. So I was like, "Ooh, it's going to be freaking awesome!" So it's awesome. Josh Alexander, Fred Yehai.
Because Josh never got a shot after he lost it, did he?
No, he never got his rematch.
Yeah.
So Fred and Josh. Then you got Ace Austin and Myron for the Heritage.
Yep.
And I don't think the tag's been announced yet, so I'm going to leave that to mystery.
Daniel Garcia and Davey Richards.
Davey Richards, how about that? I think this is I want to say this is Davey's Logan Square debut. So
probably.
Yeah, Davey and Daniel Garcia, Allison Kay and Jody Threat. And I think that's all that's been announced. The rest is all going to be mystery. So. Yeah. So have fun with it, guys. It's going to be a fun weekend. Again, you never know who's in town. I just want to keep putting that out there.
Yeah, I remember Brian Cage showed up one time.
Yeah, it's great. Great, Brian Cage.
He wasn't regularly booked at the time, and he was in town, so he tagged with Ace Austin because why not?
Did he? Did he really? What's up, everybody in the chat, guys? Thank you very much for joining us tonight. A little late.
Chat with some cheers.
Chat with some cheers. Yeah. But yeah, if you're on Twitch, be sure to cheer some bits or something. I mean, I don't really push that.
Sure.
Cheer some bits. I should push that more, but we just do it for fun. But yeah, so it's gonna be fun. But I do want to kick off with since you're here and I missed you tremendously. By the way, I was craving those grits that we used to get.
Oh, we're gonna get them.
We have to get them that weekend.
We're gonna get them
because it's so weird. Like yesterday, I was like craving them. I was like, man. I gave it the old Nate Speckman, hey man, and I said, hey man, I could easily go and get these grits, but I'm gonna wait till Nate's in town to do this. So I didn't do it.
You could go. You live.
I know.
So close.
I live a block or 2 blocks away from. I did take Nicole there once, and she loved them.
Because they're the best.
They're the best, and remember they take a while to prepare. And she was like, "Yeah, it's taking a while." I was like, "Trust me, they're worth it."
Yep,
this is where you socialize. And I'm like, so we can sit out here, or we can go to the park. And then you know what she said? This is where she was pretty money. She's like, oh, you guys, she goes, did you and Nate used to go to the park together? And I was like, yeah, we'd get our Brits and go to the park. She goes, well, then that's your thing. We'll sit here. I was like, God forbid you ever come across the buddy bench. Don't even look at the buddy bench.
No, don't even. Oh, she's the best.
But yeah, so let's talk about the Vacationland Cup. I just learned something that Maine is the vacation land. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But Limitless Wrestling, are you like, so what's the schedule with you in Limitless? How often are you?
We're running, so mostly once a month. We did just start running shows like 2 hours away in a town just like a little south of Bangor.
Oh, okay.
Called Herman. Yeah, so we did 2 shows in August, I believe. And we're gonna we're going back there before the year is out. So mostly once a month, sometimes twice a month.
Gotcha. Okay. And now, like, what is it? These are just feature shows, or do you do TV tapings?
Nope, just feature shows.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're not streaming live, but they do air eventually later on IWTV.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's awesome. So it's once a month.
Yes.
But don't they film like content to air in between like shows though?
So we were doing that during the pandemic, and then now that here we're able to have like crowds again, like
Mhm.
full capacity crowds. We are just specifically doing the once a month full capacity shows. But we do film like promos and stuff backstage during the show
Yeah.
that air like on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Building up to the next shows.
Nice. Which as you know is super key to like
Yes.
keeping things flowing. Like you can't just do a show
And then be quiet for a month and
Yeah.
then do another show.
like here's the next show. It's like, dude, you need to air stuff like
Yeah.
all month long because people forget.
Absolutely.
I always felt like you have to be in somebody's feed every day with something. I
Yeah.
don't care if it's like just a retweet of something your talent said about the company or just a photo. But the idea is to just be in a feed, like just be visible.
Yeah. Limitless is really good about that. They'll be like 3 days out from the show dropping on IWTV. They'll be like, hey, did you check this out 3 days ago? And then
There you
7
go,
days
yeah.
it'll be like, hey, a week ago we dropped this show. Have you seen it yet? And or it'll be like a random photo taken from a show
Yeah.
with like a funny caption, or you know, it'll be like, things got heated between so and so and so and so. Check out the streaming now on IWTV. So
Limitless has a good holy crap, 907,000 subs on
yeah,
YouTube. That's insanity.
yeah,
That is freaking nuts. How did
yeah. They got one
what?
of those. They got one of those YouTube awards.
Did they really?
Yeah, it hangs up in the dojo.
That's amazing. Holy shit. Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you're getting seen by a lot of people. That pretty face of yours.
They're not. They didn't come to see me.
How many autographs have you signed this year?
0.
Really? Can you send me an 8x10?
I can send.
I
don't have any 8x10s, but
I want. Well, you're getting a promo picture in Berlin. That's for sure.
I have promo pictures. But
well, yeah, I want it printed in an 8x10.
right.
I want like a really long inscription on it.
Do you want a Basil Mahmood or a Michael Watson or Harry Aaron?
Oh, I have choices. Can I have a collage
or a Cat Moraros? That's a good one.
Well, if I don't say Cat Moraros, I'm going to be in trouble, I guess. So, wait. I want whoever has the steadfast Lee Stevens ones. Who has those?
Boy.
Who has that promo picture?
Did I take those?
I don't know. There was one. You have one as under your first moniker as a referee. There was. You remember? It's like you're really looking steadfast. You're like, hey.
I'm always looking steadfast.
No, but your first photo when I really thought your name was Lee Stevens. That's the photo. Who took that photo?
That's probably Cat.
Oh, okay. We'll find that one. But you're gonna get another one by Nick, camera guy gimmick. He's our guy now. You're gonna get
I'd
one.
love to.
He's great.
I'd love to.
He's great. You're gonna get one from him. So we'll get you one. We'll get you an autograph too for me.
Perfect.
You do hang on my wall, and that photo we took in Austin.
I'll hook you up, kid.
I appreciate it, man. You charge me to take a picture with you too.
Yes.
Oh man. But cool. That's gonna be awesome. But no, more about Limitless. So, what's the next thing coming up?
It's the 6-year anniversary show in September.
Only 6 years, and they've garnered that kind of fan base. What the fuck? That's nuts. Yeah. Wait, Daniel Garcia came from Limitless, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, he works there and is the current champion. I don't think Limitless was the first place to book him. Maybe the first prominent place to book him.
Mm-hmm.
But he came from the school that he trained at. He came from the first promotion he ever worked for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
But yes, he is a Limitless guy.
So
right now, he is the Limitless guy.
True. So is the competition, correct?
So is the competition.
All right. So the competition was very loved by the AAW fans.
Were they?
Yeah, like it got
Good.
over super good online. If you were like, these guys are fucking weird and nuts, like I cannot. Go ahead.
Saw poor Connor Murphy eat the mat.
Yeah, he definitely ate the mat. But I can't stop saying, that's it. Like his little tagline. He's like,
Yep.
DASSI. They're fucking bonkers.
My favorite thing, whenever he walks into the building, people are like, "Oh shit, did you come to catch a body?"
Catch a body. I was dying because we took so I produced that promo with them.
Yep.
If anybody doesn't know, the competition, it's Connor Murphy. I'm sorry, the gentleman's name.
Champ Matthews.
Champ Matthews, yes. Champ and Connor. It was our first debut at AAW, and I produced their promo. And I guess they don't do too many though. He was saying they don't get to do too many promos.
They do a lot of their own, actually.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, like they'll just grab a phone. And I remember they grabbed me one time at a Limitless show, and they were like, "Hey, we want to shoot this thing." We were at a building that is a wedding venue, and so they had chairs set up in like this arbor thing out overlooking this like beautiful landscape of trees. And Champ was like, "Hey, come here," and he was like, "We just want to shoot this thing real quick."
Yeah,
he's got so many ideas. He's just like, I think it's called Kill City on Twitter.
Okay.
That's Champ Matthews' deal. He just has a lot of very strange ideas.
Okay.
And he just constantly likes to put out stuff, like anything. Just let's
weird
shoot.
stuff.
Let's just shoot this and see if it works. So they do a lot of their own stuff. Is the point of that story.
Nice. No, they were great. So we took a bunch of takes, and then I remember what I loved about him was that Champ messaged me at the day after. He's like, "Hey, he's like, thank you so much for the patience." Because he goes, we've never had a producer take that much time and be patient with us in the past and guide us through a promo. And I was like, that's great. I mean, I appreciate, you guys wanting to get a better promo out of it.
Yeah.
So,
he's a good dude.
They're great guys, man. I was like saying that, like, I'm here to catch a body. That's it. But the funny thing was, so, Bourbon Street, the alley where we film a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
The alley bumps up against the backyards of some houses,
Yes.
And so they're filming there, and it's 6 takes of him at the top of his lungs going, "I'm here to catch a body. That's it." Like it was like, I'm like, oh man, these neighbors are gonna fucking hate this company, man. So like, it was awesome. Like I was like, the one house that we were facing the whole time are probably like trying to take their Saturday afternoon nap, and all they hear is Wild Man going, "I'm here to catch a body." That's like 6 times. I was like, oh shit, can you guys wrap this up, please? Because you guys are gonna kill us. But no, it was awesome, really, really fun. But okay, let's talk about Vacationland Cup. I want to talk about this experience. What was this live or was this taped?
So again, we don't. Well, actually, I don't know if I said this on the show or just to you earlier, but
earlier
we just do shows for a live crowd and then release them later on IWTV. Right?
Oh,
now.
That's right. Okay. Yep.
So yeah, it was live for the people in the building.
And it was taped when?
It'll air on where is it? September 9th on IWTV.
That's right. Okay. Yep. So it was taped. You taped you said yesterday or this weekend, right? This past weekend.
It was Saturday.
It'll air on the 9th.
Yeah.
How do you guys prevent spoilers in that sense?
We don't. Yeah. So it's like AAW doesn't when you weren't doing fight or high spots,
and
it was just a show, it's a show, and you have to buy a ticket if you want to see it. Otherwise stay away from the internet if you don't want to know what happened.
I'm seeing the card. I'm going to run the card off. Give me your thoughts on this.
Please do.
Anthony Green versus Kevin Blackwood.
Round 1 match in the tournament.
Yep, opening round match. Kevin Koo versus Brad Cashew.
Yep, non-tournament action.
I heard Brad.
Did you mute yourself? You're muted.
My mic cut out for a second. Can you hear me?
There you go. Yep. You're
weird.
Good.
So weird how that cut out for a second. I'm sorry. I heard Brad Cashew is absolutely nuts. Is that true?
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Oh. Ha, ha, ha.
How did you not get that right away?
Well, I thought you were gonna be like, I've heard of Brad Cash, and I was super excited because you should hear about Brad Cashew. He's awesome. Um, and then you were doing a dad joke. And I'm
Ab-
not impressed.
My mic cut out again for a second. It's so weird. Okay, round another match. We have MSP versus Ava Everett and Charles Manson versus the
Mason.
Mason. I'm sorry, Charles Mason versus Prestigious versus Sea Stars.
Yes.
Okay, what is all this? There's a lot going on here. Who are all these
It
people?
is a 4-corner Lucha Rules tag match.
Yeah.
You cut out again.
In my connection. Something's going on with me. But go ahead. Sorry.
Stop hitting the button.
I'm not hitting anything. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. So MSP, formerly the Main State Posse, now just MSP. The Sea Stars, I believe you are familiar with.
Yes. Yep.
The Prestigious is the team of Brett, Ryan Gosselin, and Channing Thomas, and then Ava Everett and Charles Mason is, I'll call it a makeshift tag team. I think they've only had 1 or 2 matches with Limitless before. I was explaining to somebody the other day. They're both they don't play nicely with others. They're both psychos, so they seem to have fit in very well with each other.
Okay.
I'm personally not a fan of Charles Mason myself. He likes to pull out scissors in the middle of the match.
Oh, Charles.
I've taken them away from him before. It's not fun.
I see the comment here. It's on the Last Word on Sports Pod website. It says, as long as Prestigious takes the most beatings, the fans will go home happy.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
That's awesome.
They all three of them have, and their manager have very punchable faces.
Very much so. I'm looking at them right now.
Are you?
Jerks.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, there's photos. The match graphics are up. We have Ali Catch versus is it Davienne?
Davienne, yep.
Davienne. The Ali Catch gimmick was Danny's idea. Did you know that?
Was it really?
Yeah, he came up with this for her.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what she got the feature in PWI, and it was like an AAW / Alley Catch feature because they featured all of our stuff, and it was really cool.
Huh.
Yeah. So she it really worked out for her, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We have a world championship match, which is Daniel Garcia versus JD Drake.
Yep.
Jack Garcia is a champion. Kevin Blackwood is banned from ringside, as per
Yes.
Daniel Garcia.
And if JD Drake lost, he would never again challenge as long as Garcia is champion.
Is Drake a former champion?
No.
Okay, so this is Jake's first shot,
Drake's second shot, and his last. Yeah.
Okay, and then we got some. We got some cup matches here. Becca versus JT Dunn.
Yep.
Okay. Never heard of either one of these two. Becca and JT. Wait, JT Dunn. What do I know?
You've heard of JT.
I've heard of JT Dunn. Yes.
Yeah.
Becca, I have not. Is she local?
No. So Becca is she's a product of the New England Pro Wrestling Academy.
Okay.
I believe she started training in 2019, and then before the pandemic, only had 1 singles match.
Okay.
And then everything shut down, and she started, instead of being like, oh, I'm like, everything shut down, I'm really upset about this, I only had 1 match. She actually pushed through and let that drive her.
Oh, okay.
And she started doing a lot of stuff with Limitless. She's currently a champion in Chaotic Wrestling. She was the women's champion, and then they changed the name to the Pan Optic champion.
I saw that. Okay. Yeah.
So that's Becca. And I don't know the best way to explain this. Everybody should check her out right now. She's absolutely incredible.
Really?
Again, she's been doing this for less than 2 years. And we did it closed studio taping, and I was one of the fans in the crowd. We were doing that whole gimmick, and I was just watching a match that she had with Davienne, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew the finish because there was some things were going to get switched up, and I thought I was going to have their match, and then I didn't. So I was
Okay.
just in the crowd and I was watching it, and I knew what was going to happen. And still, at some point in the middle of it, I like lost where I was and just became a fan,
Which is great, isn't it?
and like
Ah,
wanted her to win.
yeah.
And then my brother came to one of the first shows that we had where we could have fans, and
Your
uh,
twin Earl and Dave Hebner gimmick
yes,
brother. Yes, we
yes.
know.
And Becca was wrestling Charles Mason,
Yeah.
and in that match she got busted open, and her face was just like covered in blood. And something clicked in my brother too, and he was just like, I don't know what's happening. I've watched wrestling for 2 decades, and I want her to win.
That's
Uh,
great.
she did the same thing to my wife when she came to see a show. My stepsister came to see a show, came to see the Vacationland Cup. She walked away with a signed 8x10 from Becca.
Really?
Like, these are people that, like my wife and my stepsister don't watch wrestling. There's something about her, and I
Really,
can't,
man.
I can't explain it.
I'm intrigued now. This
Yeah.
is phenomenal. By the way, I never knew you had a stepsister. Why am I just finding this out now?
I have a stepsister. I have a stepbrother.
What?
I have
Is
an
there
actual
more?
sister.
I know about that. Yeah,
There's
that
a
I
bunch
knew.
of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm learning all this today. Let's continue. So continuing here. Love Doug. Love, comma Doug, as if he's closing a letter.
That's his name.
Love Doug versus Alex Price. And what I'm seeing here is that Love Doug went around. I like, it's kind of a funny name. Love Doug went around collecting signatures, proving he belonged in the Vacationland Cup.
Yeah.
He seems to be more than it says.
What are
he's
you reading right now?
Last Word on Sports has a synopsis on every match. It's fantastic.
Oh.
It says Doug seems to be more fired up than any other competitor in this match for that reason alone. As far as tough first round opponents go, they don't get any tougher than Alec Price.
That's true.
Interesting. Whoever wrote this up is a big fan because they definitely know all that's going on.
Will you send me
here.
the link to this?
I will. Yeah, I'll put it in the little chat we got here. This is fantastic.
So I will say that unfortunately, Love Doug didn't make it to the match. He got jumped by Charles Mason and Ava Everett before the match started, and was replaced by Big Beef, Gnarls Garvin.
I love the name Big Beef.
That's so great.
Next one is Rip Bison, who you showed me. I liked Rip Bison.
Yes, everybody needs to watch Rip Bison.
Rip Bison I enjoyed against AC Romero, who just announced his departure from Impact today. And what the synopsis says on this one is this is going to be a hoss fight. These two men will beat each other until nothing is left. Ace Romero may have had his opponent's number in the past, but Rip Bison seems to be focused. This appears to be Bison's match to win. Ooh.
Well,
interesting.
Yeah, that's a way to look at it.
All right. Now here's a longer synopsis for the, I guess, the main. This is the opening. This is a cup match. The returning Anthony Green is looking to take back what Kevin Blackwood took from him. What a way to come back to what a way to come back this would be, and what a statement it would make. However, Blackwood is one of those opponents that fans tend to underestimate. People might get too much on the Anthony Green hype train to see Kevin Blackwood winning this match. Regardless, the odds are still in favor of Anthony Green. The final four-way could feature any combination of wrestlers. This gentleman's picks are Becca, Love, Doug, Rip Bison, and Anthony Green with Love. With Love Doug ultimately winning the Vacationland Cup, which you just told me he won't. It's because he got jumped. So this guy's pick is all gone. He had Love Doug to win.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the private chat here. I did already. You can check it out. So Love Doug did not make it. I am so intrigued just looking at this little synopsis and talking to you.
I'm looking at it too. It's great.
So this is IWTV on September 9th, correct?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to check this out. And you were in how many matches?
I'm sorry if I spoiled some of it for people. I don't know if I should. I mean, the show happened. People know.
Well, all you spoil is Love Doug not making it. That's about it. You spoiled it for this guy. What's his name here? The guy who wrote the article. Joshua McCalla is really bummed out. But I really want to check out Brad Cashew just because he's absolutely nuts.
Check out Brad Cashew. Check out Rip Bison. Check out Love Doug. Check out Becca.
Love Doug doesn't make it. You just said he doesn't make it.
Yeah, but you can still check out his matches.
Okay, well,
Leave me alone.
can you go up to Brad Cash and be like, hey, listen, man, give him the old hey, man, and say, hey, my buddy has a great T-shirt idea for you, and have it just say, I am absolutely nuts. Like, it's a crossover shirt. You can wear it anywhere.
He might have something like that.
Brad Cashew, absolutely.
He has a shirt. He has a shirt that says it's cashew time, and there's cashews and clocks flying through.
Nope, absolutely. Come on. This is a layup at this point. By the way, I love cashew milk. You know, people are on the almond milk train.
Yeah,
I want to step beyond. I'm on cashew milk. It's
phenomenal. I don't taste the difference.
Cashew milk is creamier, less calories too. It's great.
Oh, is it?
It's great. Yeah, less calories.
Oh,
better for you. I love cashew milk. It's great. Cool, man. Very cool. So we got a lot from Nate, guys. We got a little update here. Nate, the Vacationland Cup. He's coming back in October. He's going to make his Berwyn refereeing debut, and I'll be there beaming with pride. Can you cut a promo for me about your return?
No.
Please, come on. Just for me on the phone, and I'll air it.
Okay. No.
Okay, how about this? I'll run up on the camera, run the camera up, and you getting out of your car. And it's like, wait a minute, referee Nate Speckman, what are you doing here? Hey, man, what am I doing here? What are you doing here in my face in this parking lot in Berwyn? I got business at the end. Just get the hell out of here. Just cut a quick promo.
Then I take off my sunglasses and I look right in the camera and I say, something.
I came here for the Berwyn pizza. That's all I'm here for.
Tacos.
No, the Berwyn tacos. You've never had those?
I've never had Berwyn tacos.
Cross the street from the Berwyn Eagles Club is the taco place that makes Basil just completely giddy. It's really good though. They're really good. They're very, very delicious. Awesome. Let's talk a little bit about AAW Destination Chicago. You've worked at Destination Chicago before.
I have.
2 years ago, correct? 2 years ago. Yeah. Got it. 20.
We didn't do one.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Actually, we haven't done one since 2018.
Was it 18? What was the main on that one? I'm trying to remember now.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look that up.
I only did 2 matches. The main, I think, was the Lucha Brothers against Flamita and Bandito.
Oh, that was an amazing freaking match. That was, that was, man, I swear, like, because of last year, everything just jumped. It's almost like everything jumped ahead a year, and it's like we skipped it oddly. It was in 2018. I'm trying to say, but all I know is
2021. Hang on.
But that was during the first All Out weekend, then, right?
Right.
What that was. Yeah. So that was it must have been 28. That was 2018. Fuck.
Yeah, 2018.
Was it 18? No, it was 19.
Lucha Brothers versus Bandito and Flamita.
God, the time flies, man.
Yeah.
As anybody who's been to Logan Square knows, that building is bananas when it's loud. We've also added some production equipment, so you're gonna hear it even more. Like, it's gonna be, if you're watching, like, one thing we never did is pick up the crowd properly something on our cameras. We fixed that. Gonna hear a lot more of that. Better production. There's a lot going on, man. Lots going on. I am super excited for this. Can you imagine, Nate? The like, it's sold out. It is like, like Danny likes to say, it's like sardines in there, right? And can you imagine the amount of emails from the rookies who want to come and be on the show, or at least just watching the balcony? Like, you can imagine.
Tell them to show up at noon and set up the ring.
Set up the ring. That's what you got to do. You want to Trojan horse your way into the show like this. You got to come set up, not just the ring, but I'm talking like everything. The chairs.
Got a number of the chairs. Help Mike with the entranceway.
Yep. You got a lot to do. There's a lot to do. You want to Trojan horse into the show? That may be your only shot. But no, Danny had to literally text every time, like, hey, no guests at this one. This one is to the capacity brim.
Yep.
But lot going. It's gonna be a total blast. I'm so. It's the first show back.
Jody can bring her dog though, right?
Jody can bring her dog. It's a service dog, right? Yeah. That dog's cute, man. She had it at the last show at Savages and Kings. That dog was awesome.
I love that dog.
Jody's gotten a lot better too since we last saw her.
She's great.
She's phenomenal now, man. Like, she had a presence. Oh, you'd know that. Okay, so we were gonna talk. You were gonna fact check us on a couple things.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I thought, yes, you got notes?
No, I dropped it in the chat earlier.
So I thought the only AAW women's match to go onto the bar was this last one at Savages and Kings, which was Christy Janes, Sky, Jody Threat.
No.
But you said no.
No.
You told me that was not the case. And I'm sitting here telling Christy James, like, yeah, you guys really killed it out there. First fucking women's match and blah, 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 blah. Telling her everything she needs to hear. Nate's like, you're wrong.
Yep, you're absolutely wrong.
So what was the one?
It was, I think it was from Wrestling Rules. It was Su Yung and I want to say Hudson Envy. Su Yung did a flipping senton off of the bar. And it was actually in the opening package for over like a year.
And I was so embarrassed. Nate's like, it's in the opening video, idiot. And I'm like, huh? Oh, the opening video for a year. Shit. Yeah. So I totally missed that. But I guess that's happened. So I have to tell Christy Jane, Sky Blue, and Jody Threat that I lied to all of them.
You lied to them.
That Su Young's done it before. So bummer. I love me some Su Yung. I love Susan. I never got your thoughts on Susan.
Susan's great.
She's a level 5 Karen, basically, is what she is. What I love about Susan. But no, it's gonna be awesome, man. Like it's Logan is an electric building. It sucks if you're in the ring on the ring crew bringing shit up.
Yes, it
does blow. But it is a magical building for shows. It's gonna be real nice to be there again after a very long time since my God, since February of 20. That was the last time we were there. It's been a year and a half.
That's insane.
Nuts. So I asked Danny, I go, are you going to do a little welcome promo? And he's like, I'll have you do it. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, you can do it.
Yay.
I was like, I was nervous the first time. Now I'm going to go in there. I'm going to do the whole like a rope lean. Let me hear you out there. You know, all the cheesy things that like ring guys do.
Yes, please.
Let me hear you. You know, do the point and bite the mic. Come on. All right, who's here to see Josh Alexander? I know some shit, whatever. Yeah, I do
this.
Yeah, come on, everybody, let's hear it. Come on, hey, all you guys right there, yeah. And just super over the top. Did I tell you the last time? Remember the time I did it at New Dawn 20?
Yep.
So I was so nervous because like I've never cut a promo in the ring before. I've been on stage like a million times, but so freaking nervous. And I remember I did it. Went off, whatever, and then I obviously finished. We started the show, and then by the end of after the first match, I kind of made my way to the entranceway where Danny was hanging out. And I go, how was it? And he goes, terrible, absolutely terrible. I go, my heart fucking drops. Right? I'm like, oh my God. After all that, he goes, that sucked. That absolutely. I go, what did I do wrong? He goes, what are you talking about? I go, what did I do wrong? Why was it so bad? He goes, no, the first match, terrible. Like, that was garbage. I go, oh shit, they're talking about my promo. I had no idea what he was talking about. But that moment, my heart sunk.
Oh,
I wonder what that opening match was, though. Hold on. Now I'm wondering who that opening match was, who stunk it up.
Was that Jake Lander and Jordan Oliver? That's going to be my guess.
It was Lander and Oliver. It was, and he didn't like it.
And because I remember they fought too much on the outside.
That's what it was. That's what he hated about it.
Yeah.
It was these two small high flyer dudes on the outside for the whole damn match.
Flying into guardrails.
Whatever happened to Jordan Oliver?
He's around. He wrestles for GCW a lot. And what did I just see? He's got a big match coming up. Against Isaiah Velasquez. Destination Chicago weekend.
Look at this card, man. Oliver and Lander, Yehai and ACH, Clayton Gaines, who I miss. I think he's retired now.
Oh, I love Clayton.
Gaines, Wolf, and versus Nate Webb, Angel Dorado, and Airwolf. Was that the Nate Webb where he's got your leg?
Yep.
Where he's guitar playing your leg?
It was.
AR Fox and Willie Mack, Callahan and Chris versus Hoovy and Aramis. Savannah
Callahan and who?
Jake Chris.
Yeah. Okay.
Savannah Stone and Hyan versus Kimberly and Jessica Havoc.
Yeah.
Killer Cross versus Ace Perry. And then Fred
Killer
Yehai.
Cross versus Fred Yehai.
Yeah. I forgot we did that.
We did.
And Hakeem versus Paco. That was a rematch for Paco.
Yep.
And the main was the Besties against Stallion and Jake. Wow, this was a great show.
Good show.
This
really
was a
good show.
This was fun. Wow. I do remember it fondly. It was just a fun night. Cold January night, but it was great. Very cool, man. God, it's fun. We should just have a marathon one day or watch along day or something just to relive some of these.
Yeah, that show was great. When I picked up the van that morning, I remember a guy at the when I was picking it up around the airport, he was like, "Oh, have you heard about this weird coronavirus that's out in here in the
Are you
O'Hare
kidding
area?"
me? You're kidding me.
Not at
Seriously?
all. Yeah.
This is January.
Mm-hmm. It was either that or the February show. I can't really remember.
No way.
It was one
really?
of the two, and the guy at the counter talked to me about the coronavirus, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Like, is that
Okay,
about? Is that a beer?
I shouldn't have said it. They're
Shouldn't
gonna
have
flag
said
our.
it.
They're gonna
They're
flag
flag.
our
We're
show.
flag. It's done. It's done. That's crazy. I didn't know that. People are talking about it in January.
Again, January or February. I can't remember.
Either
which
way,
show it
though,
was, but
blowing my mind. That's
yeah,
nuts.
it was well before March. I know that.
Wow, that's crazy. So speaking of the vans and running, we had
I'm not doing it in October.
I know you're coming in as you're a big shot. You're coming in as a made man already. But we had do you know referee Derek Martha? Do you know him?
I do not know him. No.
Have you seen him on the stuff
Yes.
lately? So the beard and he's got the skeleton stuff. Yeah. Super nice guy. He has a van, so he was doing some runs. And then your buddy John Nelson,
Yep.
who left now, went back to Cali.
He did.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah,
great guy. I was like, he was such a nice dude, and it was great. He was a really good, solid ref, man. I was like, man, what a bummer that you left before some of this stuff really kicked off, you know. But really nice guy. I think he's doing stuff out, and he's back, kind of working in I know he did some help at the New Japan show.
Yep.
And then he's working for the school he trained at. He's doing their stuff, so he's kind of back in the mix. He was telling me, so
yeah,
happy
seems
for
like
him.
it.
But you'll get to meet Derek. He's a nice dude too.
I'm excited.
And then Perch is there, as you know. Perch.
Absolutely.
Perch is a sweetheart. I do need to get a photo of me in between you and Perch, because it's a sweetheart sandwich, is what
Let's
that is.
do it. And then I'll frame it with the picture of you, me, and Stifler.
Yes, it's great. It's great. We have that photo.
We do.
When did that get taken?
I don't remember what show it was, but it's at Bourbon Street.
Oh wow. Was it Dia de los Luchadores?
It might have been.
I think it is.
It might have been.
I love Perch. Have you talked to Perch since you've been gone?
I have.
Yeah, it's just great. Like, it's just great to hear Perch. Like, ask him how his weekend was, and he's like, "Oh, it's great. I woke up breathing. Life's there. Birds are chirping. What can you ask for?" And I was like, "What a guy! I love this guy. He makes me realize that life isn't so bad." Awesome, huh?
He's so great.
He's so wonderful. But no, that's very cool. But yeah, I am just to put a close on the Logan Square stuff. Yeah, it's sold out, but I encourage anybody order it on Fight TV. It's going to be a total blast. You don't want to miss it. You will be watching. Thank you very much. You'll be watching. Please do text me anything you need me to know of. If there's any feedback, I trust. Obviously,
you mean like if the apron skirt is messed up and needs
things
to be
like
fixed?
that. You know, one thing I took away, and I told Danny, I said we need to buy a steamer. And he's like, why? And I'm like, well, here's the thing. I saw Nate. He was putting the apron on the impact ring, and he was steaming it to get the wrinkles. He goes, I never thought about that. I go, I know. Nate was doing it. It blew my mind. I'm like, he's like, I'll buy a steamer. Exactly. But we got a bunch of cool stuff. Now, I will tell you, I am going to spill this. I'm not going to spell what it is. But, Nate, as you know, the banners at AAW are a big deal. The talent banners are a big deal.
Is Merrick Brave getting one?
I'm not saying who's getting one or who's not. I'm saying what I'm getting at is that the weekend you're here, there is another banner set reveal coming up.
Ooh.
Yes. But it kind of serves as like the AAW Hall of Fame in a sense.
Yeah.
Without it being like a formal Hall of Fame, but if you get a banner,
it's
you're
a big deal.
It is a big deal. There's a new induction of banners coming up on the Lineup weekend.
Banners, plural.
Yeah. I mean, you do a set. There's going to be more than one for sure. But new AAW induction banners. We should call it like a Hall of Fame or something. I don't know. It's basically what it serves as.
I'm excited.
I told Dana, I said, one day, my dream is when I leave, I get a banner. He goes, yeah, we'll put it in the back next to the garbage can. I was like, you fucking asshole. I don't even have a promo picture. I don't have a promo picture today.
No, you don't.
I don't. Nobody even took a promo picture of me. No.
Ask Nick.
Yeah, Nick. Well, he always tells me too. I'm just always running around. But this one, I'm getting one at Logan.
Yeah.
I'm jumping in there. But I always feel like, what do I do? I have my clipboard up, and I'm like, yeah, clipboard, you know, notes, or like my earpiece, or my cell phone. You know,
or
does have to be camera. Yeah, something. I gotta have some gimmick on me, you know. but no, I'm either way. I'm psyched. I'm looking forward to it. That is in just a couple days. What's really cool is my work gave us the day off the next day. So I told Danny, I go, hey, listen, I know you're already psyched because it's a sold out show, which means at least 3 margaritas at Arturo's afterwards. So he calls me today. Well, he hits me up. He's like, hey, you got 2 minutes? I'm like, sure. He goes, hey, can I crash at your place after the show on Thursday? And I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, my wife's gonna be home with the kids. He goes, I'm like, I got a 6-hour Mid-South DVD with your name on it, pal, and a couch. And so he's gonna crash here. Danny Daniels in the Palace here.
That's insane. I heard today that there was because I was listening to the Through the Years podcast, and they were talking about they're going through the summer of punk right now, and right around I forget what it's called, Redemption, I think it's one of his last shows. It's a Dayton show. There was a piece of news that they were talking about where a bunch of people left IWA Mid-South, partly because of how BJ Whitmer was being treated, and Danny Daniels was in that group, but then also he was talking about how he wanted more than $75 per show.
Danny did?
Yeah.
He demanded more money?
He demanded more money.
I can't wait to ask him about this one.
You should.
Well, he's a former IWA Mid-South heavyweight champion, man.
You know, not to discredit that, but who isn't?
Yeah. Well, he got thrown in the garbage later on on one of Danny's shows. So I think I put the clip out for an anniversary, like the AW history thing.
Yep.
And I was like, Danny, can I please tag IWA in this? Like, just, and he's like, won't tag him. And I'm like, he's like, they'll probably see him. I'm like, come on, let me just tag him. I already got the salt. I got the salt on the open wound already, man. Come on, let's just tag him. I guess it's still a sore spot for everybody. Like, so I'm gonna send it to you. But speaking of belts, I was at Mike Petkovich's house the other day, and he had all the old AAW belts. The old,
did he really?
Yeah, he's got all 3 old heavyweight title belts that are no longer in circulation, and the original Heritage title, which was the cruiserweight title, which was rebranded when Danny said he's like, when he won it, he's like, I was getting fat, so I renamed it the Heritage title. So you could see underneath where you can still see where it says cruiserweight underneath.
Oh, I want to see this.
I got a picture. I took pictures of them. I'll send it to you.
Yes, please.
I did say we should bring them in. It'd be kind of cool to take like formal photos of them, and I don't know. I would love a photo of like the current champion with the old belts on them too, like kind of holding the old titles and the new title. I think that's a cool thing, right? Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to convince them to bring the old belts because I think it'd be cool to have Fred wearing like the original, like the current heavyweight, and then have the old ones on. And it's kind of like a Ultimo Dragon type of shot with all the belts, but just showing the history, the showcase of history on it. You know,
I'm a big fan of that idea.
Oh, great! I'm glad because I kind of threw it out there. Nobody really like bit too much. I'm like, come on, this could be cool. I'm like,
I'll text Keith right now.
Why does everybody tell Keith? You know what? Is it because he's easy to say yes? Because people are like, we'll text Keith, and I'm like, why is everybody texting Keith? Well, because he'll probably say yes because he's nice. I'm like, well, yeah, Keith's just gonna ask Danny. And he's
but if I ask Danny, he won't answer.
Oh, that's why.
Or he'll take 2 weeks to get back to me.
Keith will give you the old, hey, buddy, I'll find out for you. But you're talking to Keith right now about some stuff you're working on.
I am.
Yeah, we'll reveal pretty soon too. Nate's still in the family, guys. He's still in the family. He doesn't leave. It's like
still
the mafia.
Kicking around.
He is still kicking. I'm so happy you're coming to referee though. I'll probably cry.
Really?
I'll cry. I mean, people have cried for less. I mean, at the United Center a couple weeks ago, but I'll probably cry at Berwyn. And I'll try. I'm gonna tell the camera guys to just get me just get me in a good shot when you
I'll probably
walk
cry.
out.
I'll probably cry too.
We can cry together, man. Why not? It'd be great.
Yeah,
Then
I cried at the first Limitless show where we had fans in the building.
Did you really?
I did.
It was a big deal, man.
It was so
like
big.
it's a crazy feeling. This whole thing. It was
After
nuts.
doing what basically amounts to seminar wrestling for the
Yeah.
last year. It was huge.
Yeah, it really it's been a weird year, but I mean I got to give it to wrestling somehow surviving through all of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the kind of stuff that gets written about 50 years from now. Like they'll talk about it, you know, like if you're into I was telling you the other day, I'm really into Luthez lately. It's watching Luthez stuff. But if you read about those times, like, you know, it's post-war wrestling, you know, and they're talking about like the war and
houses were down.
Yeah, things were going, like how they kept things going on during the war also, you know, in early days of territory wrestling and whatnot. So it's fascinating because this kind of reflects that too, in a sense. You know, you're doing empty arena wrestling for a year. It's very reminiscent of those times, but yeah, it's gonna have a place in history though. I gotta give it to the promotions who got creative with stuff and how we found ways to do things. People dog like the Thunderdome thing, the WWE. I think it was phenomenal. I think it was fascinating how they pulled that off.
People eventually turned on cinematic matches.
Yeah.
But like that was a way to keep things going.
Like
you had opportunities to do different, like you said, creative things.
Mm-hmm.
Why not do it?
Why not, man? It just try something new. Promos. It was time for promos to become top priority. You know, like if you can cut a promo or need to practice cutting a promo, this was your time to get good at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for anybody who didn't take advantage of it, I don't know why, but there's some people did. Some people you see who did, and you can kind of see them where they're at now. So, kudos to those people. But what else? What else is going on? Anything else in the world? AEW's got their whole weekend coming. I'm not too familiar with their products, so I can't really speak on too much of it. But
what else? Well, let's see. You said you've got the day after the Logan show off, so you're going to the resort gym, right?
No, well, that's Basil. I have my own. I have my own pool here.
Yeah. So we got to talk about resort gyms, and we've got to.
I should get Danny.
We've got to poop on the Galley Arena.
Yeah, let's do that.
And we have to like make fun of Matt Spain or something, right?
Well, Matt Spain hasn't said much. I think he said
nobody's saying anything in the chat right now.
Well, it's a late night deal, man. I'm not going to dog anybody for the chat right now. That's fine. Nate, behave. We'll catch him on the audio side.
Okay.
But wait a minute.
We'll catch him on the YouTube comments.
There we go. But listen, have you worked Galley?
No.
You never worked Galley? Did you ever work the arena for anything?
No.
Oh, so you haven't?
No, I never even. I went there once. Why was I there?
For a show?
No. Somebody else ran there.
Really? Who else would have run there? That's weird.
I don't remember, but I remember going to the flea market.
Yeah, the flea market's cool. There's a lucha shop there.
I think I missed that one. Why was I there?
Yeah, why would you be at the Galley Arena if there's no Galley show that you are working? Were you dropping somebody off?
No, you know what? I think when I was doing the elaborate entrance of Chad Deity, we had a rehearsal there. I think, so that we could work in a ring.
Really?
Yeah.
They had ring set up a whole time, so yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's what it was. I remember being there. I just can't remember why, but that would be the one that makes the most sense.
So they have there's a lucha shop there, and he sells masks straight from Mexico. And I bought a Liger.
Does compadre Chris know this?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure compadre Chris is very aware of this. I bought a Liger and I bought a La Parka from the guy. I'm not even a big mask collector, but I'm like, man, this guy's got a full-on Liger. Like, I gotta get this. So I did.
I need one of those.
If you do want one, I can grab one for you. Or we can go that weekend and grab one.
Maybe, yeah. Also, if you guys are gonna book Juventud Guerrera, I need you to tell me, because I have one of his masks from the last time he worked AAW.
Did he forget it?
From that Sammy Jake Chris Aramis match.
Did he forget it?
He did. He left it in the van, and I still have it.
Do you want to give it back to him? He's probably going to tell you to stay juiced.
I need to give it back to him. I've sent him messages about it that he hasn't responded to.
Just keep it. I'm sure he's got a million of them.
That's not what I do. I need to give it back to him. I have this telltale heart situation going on.
You know, he would say, it's like, oh, it's so juicy of you to ask me, but you keep it. You stay juicy. You'd be like,
he might, and then I will keep it. But right now, like, the drawer that it's in my house is just like, it keeps opening and closing, and it's like,
do you want me to ask him? Like, I can reach out to him too.
Yes, please.
Like, if he's not, I'll try him too.
I'll just try to get him booked at Limitless, because it's better to just hand it to him in person than like expect it to or somehow arrive in the mail.
Good idea.
If it gets lost by USPS, I would scream.
Some mailman's running around doing hurricanranas off people's front stoops, you know.
Cool.
He's so cool though. Speaking of,
he's the coolest.
I was telling people, I'm like, he legit does use juicy as an adjective.
Yes, he does. Multiple times.
Yeah, like that's not just a gimmick. Like you can be at like somewhere with him, and things are juicy to him.
Yep,
that's how it works.
Everything's juicy.
It's so cool.
You're juicy. I'm juicy.
Everybody's juicy.
Everything's juicy.
Do you remember that match we had him at? This might have been when you were running stuff. This is Berwyn, when he forgot his tights.
Yeah, and he just had like
the long
joggers.
Yeah, like the long underwear, like stretchy pants or whatever those were.
Yep. That was very strange.
Funny enough, right? So I'm doing the throwback show for TNI, doing the Asylum shows, and he's there on Team Mexico in 2004. And he's wearing what looks to be like the same type of situation. And really? I'm like, guys, do you think he forgot his gear? And they're like, yeah, we're wondering about that. Looks like just like his underwear or something. I'm like, that happened at AAW like 15 years later, like the same thing. They're like, really? I'm like, dude, totally. Like he forgot his tights and he wrestled in like long stretchy pants.
It was so
weird. It was so funny. But he had the mask. Luckily he had a mask on him.
He did. Which is also weird because he doesn't need to.
No, but it sells.
But it sells.
That's how you sell it. You wear it and then people go to the gimmick table and buy them for however much and he'll sign it.
Even though people have seen his face for years. I
remember compadre Chris actually got a La Parca's mask that day. We had him at Dia de los Luchadores. Yep. And he specifically, I remember like the deal going down. Like I went back, I had to go back to him like, hey, as a guy wants to buy your mask, paying top dollar. He's like, oh, really? Oh. So he comes back there and I saw them like cut a deal and it was like an underground drug deal. It looked like behind a black curtain, the little light shining through, and they're just exchanging money. And he's talking in Spanish. Like, what is going on here? How is compadre Chris convincing him to give up this mask right now? The match worn mask.
I'll tell you, he's pulling more and more hundreds out of his pocket.
Oh man, he's probably like the wife's just being pissed off the whole time. Like he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. More hundreds.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was funny. But yeah, other than that though, man, it's gonna be a fun week. I'm very excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. And we got a big calendar for AEW coming up. We also have October 1st already set for Defining Moment.
Yep.
Which is always a great show too. Defining Moment's got some great history. The shows have been kind of kicked around a little bit now though, because Defining Moment used to be the May show before, and it's been kicked to October now.
Yeah.
Then the Lineham, Hell Hath No Fury. I don't think November's got a name yet, but then the Classic is in December still.
Yep.
So, and that's back at Logan too, which is great. So,
oh, nice.
Yes. So I'm excited about everything. It's a great calendar. It's a lot of fun coming up. But yeah, anything else on your end?
The anniversary show in September. I don't want to misspeak.
The 6-year show you were saying?
Yeah,
I gotta give it to Limit. I had no idea they were so young. 6 years and they've already amassed nearly 1 million subs on YouTube. That's nuts.
Yeah. 25th September.
September 25th.
6-year anniversary show.
There you go, man. There you go. Cool.
Headlined presumably by Daniel Garcia defending against the winner of the Vacationland Cup.
Or it could be JD Drake if he wins.
Or it could be JD Drake if he wins.
Are you
Even though
giving
the
shit
show
away
already
to
happened.
us?
Maybe.
Could be JD Drake, but this is
Could
JD
be.
Drake's last shot at the title coming up here. So you did say presumably, so we'll find out.
Well, so here's the thing: the Vacationland Cup, when it started, there was no heavyweight title, so the winner got to pick their match for the anniversary show.
Oh, okay.
And they were the
that's
main
cool.
event, and they got to pick like whatever match they wanted.
Hmm.
Then, with the introduction of the world title, people were just like, "Oh, that's what I want." So it's never been explicitly stated that the winner is the number one contender. But when you win, you get to pick your match at the anniversary show. Why wouldn't you pick a match against the champion?
Yeah, of course.
Like, why wouldn't you just then make yourself the number one contender? So that's the deal. That's the deal.
Are there other titles? I don't think I saw other titles on that.
There are not other titles.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's no other belts, huh?
No, there was almost tag team titles.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because MSP came out at last year's Vacationland Cup and started talking about tag team titles and how they like, we've got an amazing tag team division. We should have something to fight for. And then stuff was put in the works for that. And then they sort of kept running their mouths off, I'll say.
Yeah.
And they ended up having a match with Daniel Garcia and Kevin Blackwood, where if MSP won, then we would get tag team titles down the line. They did not win. So now we're in this weird situation where people want tag team titles, but we don't have them. And it's kind of MSP's fault.
Damn it. I mean, so we definitely, I mean, you guys have enough tag teams, though. I would imagine at some point this is going to happen.
MSP, C Stars, the competition, main event, prestigious, list goes on.
Is competition local to the area? Like, are they homegrown type guys?
So Connor Murphy is a main guy, and then Champ Matthews, I believe he goes back and forth between Maine and Florida.
Oh, okay. Shit. Connor Murphy. They're to catch a body. That's it.
DASSIT. That's it.
I love it, man. It's so goofy, but I think it's great.
And I just love how different they are. Like,
they're so different.
And they shouldn't work well together, but they do. But it makes for fun promos.
I just remember when I cornered them and I was like, "Hey, you guys got a promo?" And they're like, "What?" I was like, "Promo." They were like, "Oh, okay," and they kept dodging me because they were doing something. I'm like, "Hey, we need a promo out of you guys," and then they did it. It was fine. But I do enjoy it. I really hope they come back. Everybody likes it. They got over pretty well with the AEW crowd.
I hope they come back too.
I hope so. Danny liked them too, so I think they'll hopefully be back. But let's get plugs. Let's get plugs in here. Where can people follow you? Keep up with Limitless and all that stuff.
Yeah, you can follow me at Ref Nate Speckman on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow Limitless Wrestling also on Twitter and Instagram. They're on Facebook. I believe all their socials are at
Limitless Rest, right? WREST, right? They don't go. It's not Limitless Wrestling, I believe. Wait, you haven't put up a photo in a while?
I just did today.
Did you? I didn't see anything
today.
Leave me
alone.
I didn't see it, but it's been
a
while.
I know. I saw that you didn't see it.
Well, I didn't see it. I mean, I'm going to look at it right now. But like you've been slacking lately.
At LW Main on Twitter.
LW Main, that's it.
Or you could go to youtube.com/Limitless Wrestling or limitlesswrestling.com. They're everywhere.
There you
Trent's
are.
looking at my Instagram.
Who's your photographer here? Kat. Oh, it's Kat.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's from Vacationland Cup.
Very nice. I am following her on. That's a cool photo. I like that.
Is. She takes really good photos.
She's very good, man.
Yeah.
But your one before that was July 26th. Get the hell out of here. Be a little better. Be better. You have photos. I know you do.
So the tough thing is, I feel like I ran through all the pre-pandemic photos that I had.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I was doing 1 year ago today or 2 years ago today. And I should get back on that. I think I missed a few and then got like upset at myself for it. But that was like a good excuse to like post pictures that aren't great. Just to like put it out there. And then now it's like, I don't want to post a bunch of pictures of me because I still wear a mask when I ref. And I'm like, I might put one or two up, but I just don't want to like a whole slew of pictures of me with a mask on. I don't know. I think the whole thing's weird.
Put them out. Put them out.
That saying, I did just post one today with a mask on. But,
but good.
It's weird. I feel weird about it.
Book him. Either way, guys. Book him. He'll
Sure.
wear a mask. He won't wear a mask. Whatever. He'll be.
No, I will.
He will wear a mask.
I definitely will.
But he won't post photos of the mask in too many mask pictures. No. He'll space them out. Book him anyway, though. Ref Nate Specken on these socials. But guys, you can get me at Trent'sberry on Twitter, and the show at the BSB Show, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just look up the BSB Show or the Backstage Boys podcast, and it'll come right. I think on Instagram it's different. It's Backstage Boys Pod on Instagram because somebody took the BSB Show like a bastard. But go check us out there. All audio formats of this audio platforms for this for the podcast: Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, please. Also check out twitch.tv/the BSB Show and prowrestlingtees.com/Backstage Boys for all your t-shirts, including this one right here. So Basil is kind of on the show. There he is. I love this shirt. It took my mom a second. I saw my mom today, and she was like, oh, that's such a nice shirt. I'm like, look, it's me. And she's like, wait, what? I'm like, it's me. Look, she goes, my God, it is you.
It looks just like you.
She's like, she wasn't really paying attention to like who was on the shirt. She's like, the colors.
Yeah.
And she's like, it is you. She's like, why are you wearing a shirt with your own face on it? I go, this is great. Look at this thing.
I like that you guys are running. Where are you running to?
I don't know. It's the next show.
Because you're late to record.
Always. But check that out, guys. And then youtube.com/the BSB Show or Backstage Boys. Just look up Backstage Boys podcast. It forces you on YouTube when you type in Backstage Boys podcast. It's like, did you mean the Backstreet Boys podcast? I'm like, yes, no, I didn't fucking mean that shit. I meant the Backstage Boys podcast. So anyway.
But you know what else you can do? You can go, Alexa, play Backstage Boys podcast. And she will.
I can. I have my Fire Stick right here, and I've done that. I'm like, play the Backstage Boys podcast, and it's like playing Backstage Boys podcast now.
And then you guys start talking, and it's great.
It's me.
It's like you're in my living room.
I'm always in your heart. That's for sure. But that's gonna do it for us, guys. Thank you, Nate. Hang on after we go off the air. I want to talk to you a little more, but we appreciate you guys hanging out. It's late night, so anybody listening on audio after the fact, please do enjoy it. Give us your feedback. We welcome any and all feedback on all the socials or in the comments here, wherever. We appreciate it, though. Thank you guys for listening, and always to all the promotions who always retweet the links to the show. It always helps the audio. We do pretty well on audio because Limitless is always awesome about. They literally retweet every time I tag them in anything we talk about. Always with a retweet. So thank you to Limitless for that, as always, and everybody else too. So we appreciate it. But that's gonna do it for us. We'll aim for next week. I mean, if Basil comes out of hibernation at some point, we'll do this again. But we'll aim for next week. 98 at some point will happen, and we'll be back. We'll talk about. We definitely should aim for next week because there's a lot to digest over this weekend. So we'll definitely do it next week with talk about Destination Chicago and everything. And
also, I should say, Limitless Wrestling presents the Vacationland Cup, the 2021 Vacationland Cup, September 9th on IWTV.
Yeah, catch it, guys. IWTV's you can get all that stuff on there.
Also, you can catch the entire back catalog. Not entire. There's some early shows that aren't up there, but the bulk of the back catalog of Limitless Wrestling shows, including the last 3 that we've done in front of fans on IWTV.
Do you guys always do shows in the same place? Is it always the same thing?
So before the pandemic, they were doing shows in a couple of different places. One they lost because I can't remember why, and then another one was an armory that needed to be in use for storage for something or other. Mm-hmm. And so shortly before the pandemic, they found this building in Yarmouth, and that's the one that we've been using every time. But then there's now one that we started using just a town away from Bangor, Maine. That's like a wedding venue. So right now we have 2 venues. Nice.
Look at you guys. Very cool.
Yeah. And then I'm not sure when, because the first show, or the first building that Limitless did a show in, or not, I shouldn't say the first show. They did a couple of weird ones, and then there's an AmVets Hall in Orono, which is also up by Bangor.
Orono.
That Limitless has done and potentially could do shows at again in the future.
Cool. There you go. So a lot of options. Like, yeah, I mean, guys, I never realized you guys had that many subs. So obviously they're doing something right. So if you haven't checked out Limitless, this is the time to go check them out. Go look them up. There's stuff going on there, and it sounds a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun after what you told me today. Like I am very intrigued by the Vacationland Cup right now, because like there's characters. I love that there's characters there. It's not just like regular guy name, and it's like, what's your gimmick? It's like, I'm angry all the time and I got long hair.
I'm a wrestler guy.
I'm a wrestler dude with long hair, and I'm gonna yell at fans and cut a promo that starts off with tonight. Like everybody, none of that. It's like there's characters. I love characters. I love goofy names because that's what separates you from the crowd. I like that.
We have that.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm very intrigued by this, so you can count me in for this one. So very nice. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us. Definitely check us out after this whole all-out weekend. We'll be back to kind of break the things down. Definitely gonna break down Destination Chicago. I'm gonna do a full review on about that. So Nate, you're welcome to join for that too if you're around.
Sweet.
Please do join. Hopefully Basil will be on that one. But in the meantime, everybody have a great week. Enjoy your Labor Day. It's gonna be a total blast. There's so much fun to be had this week. So if you're a wrestling fan, this is like a Super Bowl type weekend. So enjoy the whole week of festivities, and we will see you next week. Say goodbye, Nate.
Bye.